Ngayon naman gagawin natin medyo digital yung pag-uusapan natin. Kasi syempre, di ba Carla, sobrang dami ng mga digital trends nowadays. Especially, i-focus din natin on the ASEAN region mismo. Dito sa region natin, dito sa Pilipinas, karatig ng mga bansa. Ano-ano na ba yung mga sikat, syempre, ng mga digital trends? Kaya ngayong umaga makakasama natin ang COO ng Globaltronics. Walang iba kundi si Sir Nato Agbayani. Good morning, sir.
Good morning po.
And of course, the Sales Director of the Philips Asia Pacific with Sir Rob Fowler. Good morning, sir. Alright, so first up, of course, kailangan natin pag-usapan kung ano nga ba itong Globaltronics. So let's ask Sir Nato.
Well, Globaltronics is an LED company. Basically, we provide digital signages for different clients in advertising. For example, yung mga nakikita po natin sa EDSA or sa Ortigas. Yan po, yung mga advertisements na nakikita natin at advocacies. That's our primary business. We do touchscreens as well. We're into the digital signage business. Yeah.
Alright, kamusta naman po ba yung naging first Digital Asia Conference last year?
Last year's Digital Asia Conference was quite successful. We've had 9 speakers, international speakers. Among them, of course, is our friend here, Mr. Rob Fowler. And napakaganda po because we learned a lot about digital last year. We had about 500 guests, more or less. And coming from the different industries, and coming from the academe. So, marami pong natutunan yung mga kababayan natin tungkol sa digital trends.
So, Sir Rob Fowler, you were a speaker last year.
Yeah.
And you will be again the speaker for this year's Expo and Conference. So, could you share with us basically the theme of your speech last year and your focus this year?
Sure. Well, actually, last year we was talking really about the trends of the digital signage industry and where things were going, both from an indoor perspective, which is where Philips comes into play, and also from an outdoor perspective, which is probably a little bit less my expertise, but I just wanted to talk about industrial trends and where you could see things moving on in the future. Now this year, I'm going to be talking about the interactivity of digital signage and how people can actually profit from it. Because quite honestly, you look at the situation today and everybody's thinking bottom line, how much is it going to cost me? How much is the cost? What's the cost? What's the cost? And here in the Philippines, of course, you're all very, very much price oriented. So I'm going to be showing people ways of actually not thinking about how much it's going to cost them to implement it, but how they can make some money from it and how they can get a return on that investment in a very, very quick time.
Maganda yun. Kumbaga yung parang quality, the product.
Well, it's not the quality of the product. I mean, of course, Philips is renowned for quality, but this is, the way I see it is the Philips displays are the beauty of the final solution.
Okay.
You've got other things that are behind that, such as your media player, such as your video server, such as other things like software, which can now detect, for example, in a retail environment, you can have cameras next to the displays, so you can see who's watching the display, and it can zoom in on your face, work out your age, your gender, your basic demographics, and show an advert that's targeted around you personally. Now, if you can do that, instead of just sending a mass market message that, let's say, oh, maybe it will stick, but maybe the audience is wrong, but it's going to be up there anyway. If you can change that to something that is totally relevant to you personally, that's got a much better chance of actually then getting the marketing message across. And if that marketing message is relevant to you, maybe it will pique your interest and say, you know what, I'd need that. I better go and get one before I check out. And there's your ROI.
All right. Now, Sir Nato, let's focus now on the DAX. Okay, this year's DAX 2014. Ano po yung pinaka-focus niya this year and sino po yung pinaka-target market natin?
Well, the theme is One Digital ASEAN. You might ask why One Digital ASEAN. It's because 2015, we all know that there's going to be ASEAN integration, and the APEC Summit's going to happen here. So, in preparation for that, we'd like to, digital is a trend all over the country and all over the ASEAN, even in the Asia-Pacific region. And we want to be the first to educate the public, the advertising industry, industry, even the academe, about the trends and how we can connect this for development. When I say development, like they say nowadays, there's this company, there's this firm that says we can classify companies into beginners, advanced, fashionista, and digirati. It's a way of classifying how that company is digitally ready. No?
Okay.
Of course, that's not original. That's not from me. I read it from a publication. But the thing there is, even companies or civil society organizations or even government, if you classify them, some are adopting digital, some are not. Maybe in preparation for the ASEAN, it's a good thing that we educate everybody on how you can reach your touch points, your market, or your publics with digital technology. So with this event, the Digital Asia Expo and Conference, we're having the best speakers, beginning from our friend here, Rob Fowler from Philips. We have local speakers as well, Maria Reza of Rappler, Daniel Razon is also going to speak, Donald Lim of ABS-CBN, and the Chief Digital Officer of ABS is also going to speak. Bing Kimpo. We have the VP for Digital of J. Walter Thompson, India, who's coming in. And we have a lot more speakers who's going to attend this event. So ito po magandang oportunidad para sa ating lahat na matuto mula sa experience of people like Rob Fowler, local speakers, local experts here, about how digital can communicate our messages. So let's say, for example, sa PTV4, I know for a fact that PTV4 is now really moving forward with media about integrating all of these digital technologies, and it's something that it's about the right time to do it now. Right, Rob?
Absolutely. Look, I mean, there is no stopping this integration. Okay,
Yes.
We're going from social media to personalized messages to people becoming more savvy when they're going out and buying things or when they're going out to restaurants. And it's all about the full integration of all the technologies that are available today to make a more personalized experience for the people who are going shopping, eating, no matter where they are. You look at people today, they're sitting in a cafe. There's no interaction talking between the faces. Everybody's on their smartphone.
Yeah.
And that's, so the way forward is to interact with that smartphone and the amount of technologies that are available, which are going to be introduced at the Expo and the conference.
Yes.
It's huge. So once people can realize how to engage their customers in a better way, that's when they can then start to work on making a profit from investment in that technology.
All right. I just want to ask now, what is the digital trend for this year?
Trend. There are so many.
So many.
Right. Or the products that you're going to introduce for this conference?
Let me give you one example of how things are moving. I mentioned earlier about giving you a personal message. We're moving now forward even further still from that. In that, for example, convenience stores are setting up applications for your smartphone. So if you download that, now all of a sudden you're giving that app the permission to use your personal data. And you've got huge amounts of personal data on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on all of these social media accounts. So that media can then take that data and say, okay, you know what, Jules, it's your birthday today. I sense that you're close to my store. Come in, send this, show this message, and you get a free soda. Now, when you're in there, of course, you're picking up your free soda, but maybe you're thinking, oh, you know what, I need this as well. I need that as well.
Yes.
So you're getting to part with your money. The next thing is, of course, the eyeball tracking. So, for example, software can check where your eyes are moving to what you're looking at, and say, and then maybe send you again a personal message that say, don't buy that one, buy this one instead. And use your name. It can say, you're looking at this pasta sauce. Don't buy that one. Buy this one because. So that's exactly where the trend is going. So it's becoming more personal. It's becoming more social media friendly, and it's getting much more smart. It's getting more intelligent as the years go by.
And so, Carla, no, as we can see, social media is really influential in everyone's life. We all have our smartphones or even our social media accounts. So talagang nakikita natin na talagang everyday, parang sobrang hirap na wala itong digital activities natin. So basically, of course, since isa itong conference, so itong DAX, may we ask sir, no, what is the expected output of this conference?
Well, what we expect is people from all over the Philippines and even from the ASEAN countries will come, attend the Digital Asia Expo and Conference and learn. You were asking about digital trends earlier. We are going to have people demonstrating to us. If you've seen a real 3D printer, people will be demonstrating that technology during that event. We also have people who will speak about digital publishing. Before, e-learning was difficult because we couldn't publish, we couldn't get digital rights management for books, etc. Now, say for example, if you want to convert a book, you can convert one in 48 hours, and it's on your tablet, on your smartphone, and this is going to be really revolutionary. We will now have, say for example, the 100 million population of the Philippines can now have access to the same quality of education, for example, as the world is has access to. So right now, students, I think in most campuses have 100% smartphone penetration, and again, this is going to be a breakthrough that's going to change the whole game for the Philippines in our fight for poverty, in our fight against illiteracy. And the Digital Asia Expo is going to be a catalyst for these developments. It's just a matter of paano natin i-adapt to, paano natin i-embrace yung change. Simple lang naman eh. We either embrace change or we get left behind. And I think the choice is very clear for us Filipinos. And I think well, the current administration is, after the victory with the peace talks, I suppose the direction will be now to rebuild Mindanao and to rebuild the country.
Napakaganda talaga nitong event na ito. At sigurado, Jules, makaka-relate tayo dito dahil tayo naman talaga hindi tayo mabubuhay nang wala ang
part
ating...
na ng everyday life
part
natin.
na ng everyday life natin. So, sir, maybe you could invite and message to our viewers.
Yeah, Rob?
Sure. Well, I'd like to send a personal greeting out to all Filipinos, and hope that you can come and visit our conference. I think there's a huge amount to learn. There's a huge amount of technology and innovations that are coming out, and so please do come along and join us, and we hope that you'll learn a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Sir?
Thank you very much for inviting us. On behalf of our chairman and CEO, Mr. William Guido from Globaltronics, and of course the Outdoor Advertising Association of the Philippines, we'd like to thank you for having us with
All right, sir.
Good Morning Boss.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's our pleasure. Thank you so much. Okay, so supportahan natin itong magaganap na 2014 Digital Asia Expo and Conference with the theme One Digital ASEAN. Of course, nakasama natin ang COO ng Globaltronics, walang iba kundi si Mr. Nato Agbayani, at syempre ang Sales Director ng Philips Asia Pacific, si Mr. Rob Fowler. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.